Good morning. Good morning. This is Pastor Mark Hawks, Senior Pastor of the New Era Baptist Church, coming to you with words of encouragement. I want to say to you, I looked at Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 4. Uh, and basically, let me read what it says, and then we'll go from there. What he says in Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 4, it says, "He that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap." That is a powerful verse. My brothers and sisters, basically, what I want to tell you is stop standing around. Stop standing around. You're always standing around looking and observing, but yet you don't do anything. And what he's saying here is that you're not sowing, you're not reaping. Why? Because you're standing around looking. Basically, another word for that is you're procrastinating. Boy, Pastor, been studying. Procrastination is to delay or stop or not do something. Amen. My brothers and sisters, God has given you a task. God has encouraged you to do something. God has laid on your heart some things to do. You wake up the next day and you procrastinate. You look around, you stand around, you looking at the clouds, you listening to the whirlwind, and you're not sowing, so therefore you're not gonna reap. Why? Because you're standing around. Why are you standing around looking? Why aren't you doing what God has told you to do? Well, first of all, you wake up afraid. You're scared. Scared of what? Scared of failure. My brothers and sisters, can I tell you? You'll never succeed in life if you don't try. And if you don't try, what we end up doing is we procrastinate. We put it off. We keep putting it off. But we don't tell people. We act like, oh yeah, I forgot. I'll get to it. No, you are just afraid. That's one thing. Secondly, you're afraid of failure. Secondly, is that you didn't plan. You have to plan. I mean, yes, I know God leads you and God directs you, but see, when God began to give you instructions, you ought to start planning and laying out what you need to do and allow God to direct you in laying out what you need to lay out and put together what you need to put together so that when God says move, you're ready to move. My brothers and sisters, fear holds us back, it paralyzes us. Not planning holds us back and paralyzes us, and we just don't do. And then guess what? Third thing I want to say, we get distracted. The devil will distract you with anything and everything. And our biggest enemy is not the devil, it's ourselves, because we allow ourselves to be distracted by worldly things, things that don't have nothing to do with nothing, nothing to do with what you're trying to do. I mean, let me say it again, it has nothing to do with what you're trying to do. But yet you get so caught up in looking at crazy things and get caught up in listening to crazy folk that you don't do what God has directed you to do. My brothers and sisters, I encourage you, stop standing around and be about our Father's business. Do what God had told you to do. Prepare yourself for that day and get up off of your stool or do nothing and do the work of him that have called you. Stop procrastinating. Don't let fear paralyze you. Don't let the lack of planning stop you. And don't get distracted by worldly things. Stop standing around. May God bless you and keep you as our prayer. Pastor Mark Hawks, Senior Pastor of the New Era Baptist Church in Everton, Georgia, saying go in peace.